So we now move to the first of the Shield semi-finals. The head-to-head clashes between Canada and Japan sees Canada lead 9-2. The last event of the Shield final here in Adelaide last year, Canada won that match by 43-17. Japan lost its first quarter-final of Argentina by 24-12 and now face the Canadians. The Japanese side have failed to win a pool game in Hong Kong or Adelaide, but did extend Samoa on day one. Lokatui is of Tongan descent and powerful in midfield. Iwamoto and Kenichi Yokama have real try-scoring brilliance. The Canadians printed away a 14-point lead to lose 28-19 to France in the quarter-final of the bowl after extending Australia and South Africa on day one. Gutowski adds some power-pack dimensions to the Canucks, and Phil Mack, the Guile, Mensah-Coker, the all-round skills. So it's underway.
Don't nudge him the other way.
And the first penalty goes to Japan. Ten-metre line, Japanese end of the ground. Takes play up to just short of the quarter line at Canada's end of the ground. So the Japanese would be hopeful to grab something out of this tournament.
Step back, please. Meter.
They've been brave, they've been committed, but not successful.
Back 10.
Ball into the line-out. Japanese line-out win. Suzuki looping around beautifully. He's really quick, this fellow. Wrapped up in the tackle by Hearn. Ball available for the Japanese inside the attacking 22. Iwamoto, ball left behind.
Knock on.
And, knock on by Iwamoto.
Scrum. Red.
Watura Murata, the Japanese coach, played in 3 Rugby World Cups. He was a terrific player in his day.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Scrum feed now by Phil Mack of Canada. Pressure put on this time by Suzuki. Away now for Iwamoto. Lokatui takes it to within a metre short of the line. Now they spread it wide again, out through Matsushita. Now it's back for Iwamoto. Powerful fellow on the flanks. Now Kabuki. Oh, this fellow's been a revelation here, Yokoyama. Kenichi Yokoyama scored a brace of tries against Argentina, and he opens the scoring here against Canada.
Really energetic. We saw him on the bench on day one, itching to get on, Yokoyama. And he is one of a set of twins in this Japanese side. He's certainly a real finisher when it comes to that. Canada was stretched. They'd been brave so far in the tournament, but back on the ankle, Yokoyama. Kenichi, this one is different to Shinichi, his brother. He scores the try.
And the conversion from Takayama. And it's 7-0. This 22-year-old made his debut in Hong Kong from Takashuko University in Japan. And so the Japanese will restart.
Back off, Red.
Canada turn it over from the restart. Yokoyama again. They go deep to go forward. Oh, this is a terrific break by Suzuki. He's got a ton of pace. And they get the penalty. So this has been a very positive start by Japan.
They've looked extremely well organised. They looked a bit sleepy in their opening game. But this one, they are energetic. Their alignment is good. They're all getting back behind the ball carrier to allow them the ability to go wide. And Siepeli Lokatui, the Tongan, playing for Ricoh in Japan.
Made his debut for Japan in the Hong Kong Sevens in 2006.
Tackle and let go first. Go, please, Blue.
So they lead by 7-0.
Yeah. Hurry up, Blue.
So the line out, 15 metres out from the Canadian line. Japan on the attack. Oh, he goes away, Suzuki. Clapped on the pace. 12-0. And as our Fox viewers join us, we'll see the replay of the second Japanese try in the first of the Shield finals. Japan v Canada. And the Japanese currently leading by 12-0 with the kick to come.
Well, that conversion, David, it's been a really good performance by Japan. Suzuki putting in the second try. In fact, Kenichi Yokohama, one of the twin brothers in this Japanese side, and they've punished Canada today in the opening stanza here at the Adelaide Oval. A wonderful venue for this series of the World International Rugby Board Sevens.
Just recapping that Japan and Canada in the Shield final, they were the losers of the Bowl quarterfinals against Argentina and France, who advanced to the Bowl semi-finals. USA and Scotland have also advanced to that stage of the tournament, and England and Wales will play in the second of the Shield semi-finals. In the Cup competition today, New Zealand, Fiji, South Africa and Samoa have advanced to the semi-finals, as we see a great break by Mensikoka. Giant of a man on the right flank for Canada, but they've turned over possession again, and Suzuki launches the Japanese back into counter-attack with Yokoyama. Now it's away with Matsushita. Yokoyama, Kenichi Yokoyama in there lending support as the number 6 Suzuki and Hajime Date. Now Canada break away through Mack and Kleberger, who's been a terrific player for Canada in this tournament. Scored a couple of tries against France and opens the scoring for Canada in this Shield semi-final.
Well, at the end of it, that appeared all too easy. Adam Kleberger, yes, it scored a couple earlier in the day when they went head-to-head with France. Kleberger has been one of the outstanding ones, as it's converted by Phil Mack. And Canada go to 7 points.
Just recapping on the Cup quarterfinals today, New Zealand 19 defeated Tonga 14. Fiji defeated Australia by 28 points to 7. South Africa defeated Kenya by 19 to 5, and Samoa just a moment ago defeated the Cook Islands by 48 points to 0. So New Zealand will play Fiji, South Africa will play Samoa in the Cup semi-finals. Half time here, Japan lead Canada by 14 points to 7.
Canadian coach Shane Thompson's been good at identifying the problems in the Canadian side. Let's listen to what he's saying to his side to get them back into the game.
Start the game, boys. Here we go. Hey, boys, that little fucking guy, no more scores for him. Put him to the ground, keep him fucking there. Let's just get the ball. It's that easy, right?
Now, Watura Murata, the Japanese coach, he'd be delighted with this scoreline. They failed to win a pool game in Hong Kong or in Adelaide, but they would dearly love to make a place in the Shield final if they can succeed today. The other Shield semi-final coming up will be between England and Wales. And England, like Japan, have failed to win a match here in Adelaide 2008.
Well, that's not surprising necessarily for Japan, but very surprising for England, and it is a wake-up call for their administrators to make sure their sevens program is in order, because when it is, they supply players into the 15-a-side form of the game, and that led to the last time they won the World Cup in 2003 here in Australia. There were games of that tournament played here at Adelaide. but it's important to make sure that Sevens rugby is strong.
Back off red.
Another excellent crowd here today at the Adelaide Oval for our Australian viewers that have just joined us on Fox. It's been a terrific tournament so far. Australia will still be seen later this afternoon in the plate semi-final. They will play Tonga after being defeated by the Fijians earlier this morning. Now Canada with Kleberger wrapped up by the number 2 Lokatui and a penalty.
Roll out. 2 roll.
Not rolling away in the tackle, so Struben starts it away for Canada again. And away for Meacham, he's been impressive. Now Mack, the captain. Witkowski has added a real dimension to this Canadian side.
Roll
That's
out.
Hiro Maya.
Back.
Mack, the captain, elected to go short side.
Play 4.
Ball's been knocked forward. And so a scrum feed to Japan, currently leading this Shield semi-final by 14-7. That was the half-time score, and that has not been added to in the second half.
Quicker, please, Japan.
There's a real carnival atmosphere. Chris, I just went for a walk around the back of this George Giffen stand here at the Adelaide Oval, and
Time's off.
the barbecues are going, the wine's flowing, and inside the ground, just fabulous atmosphere.
Well, can't you imagine our
Pause, engage.
great cricketers rolling one over in the nets out the back? But here today, it's Sevens rugby, and here Canada score the easiest of tries and bring it round under the post. The Japanese are standing there in amazement, looking at who to blame.
Who to blame was Kleberger. He scored his second try. Scored a couple early today against the French. He's got another 2 here today. And it's all tied up here in the Shield semi-final after Japan had led by 14 points to 0. They don't come any easier than this.
It was a great try, and then he promotes it. So important. We've already seen one game today decided on a disputed penalty kick, and by advancing the ball through until the posts, give yourself the big chance. And it's this, winning the ball back from the restart.
It just seems quite amazing that this Canadian side is in this stage of the tournament at the moment, playing to try and get a spot in the Shield final, because yesterday on day 1 they were so competitive against South Africa and Australia, who finished 1-2 in their pool, and Canada finished a very disappointing 4th. But that performance didn't really suggest how well they did play on the opening day. Now Hearn, who's got a ton of pace. Oh, that's a magnificent ball. That is Sevens rugby at its very best. Clapped on the pace, delayed it, showed the ball, popped the pass inside. Witkowski did the rest.
Oh, Witkowski has been a wonderful performer for Canada, a Polish extraction, and we have seen some great Poles, some even better known Poles involved in the game of rugby over the years. But here, the perfect pass back inside from Meacham. All the work was done, but the finish needed. Witkowski up to the task.
So after trailing 14-0, Canada now back in the lead by 19-14. The kick unsuccessful.
Okay.
Shane Thompson, who's the coach of Canada,
3.
one of the all-time greats of Sevens rugby. 46 tournaments he played in from a period between 1999 and 2005, and since then he's been the backbone of the coaching staff of the Canadian team. So Phil Mack, the team's leading point scorer so far in the series. He debuted back in Hong Kong in 2006 and has hardly missed a match since then.
High on. Blue, go blue.
So Canada finishing the stronger of these two sides.
Scrum, red ball.
But still with 3.5 minutes remaining, Japan is still in this match. They only trail by a try at the moment. Murata, the coach, would love to see them rally in the second half.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Now Mack tried to find, but Witkowski, oh, this is through the dummy and broke through, but the obstruction.
And
the crossover.
The number 3, Hajime Date, joins the coach on the bench. And the second of the
Don't throw that ball away after the call, please.
Yokoyama twins,
don't throw it away.
Shinichi, joins the field in the number 12 jersey. He has
Time
the
on.
He has the traditional Yokoyama bandy legs as well too, Buddha.
He does. His brother has also been replaced, and you would, except for the white elbow guard, you would think they were one and the same.
And Shinichi doesn't wear the headgear either. But identical twins. 22 years of age, both playing with the
Japan.
Takashoko
Faster.
University. They made their debut last weekend in Hong Kong together, which was must have been a wonderful moment for the Yokoyama family.
It's tough when you've got to strap both your elbows and your knees in case your arms or legs fall off. But it's a pretty demanding game. The cricket pitch in the middle here at Adelaide Oval.
Now Lokatui, he's very, very strong and powerful. Double teamed by the Canadian defence. He's still going. Got the pass away brilliantly. Now Yokoyama just on the field throws a beautiful long pass away. Iwamoto got the pass away. They come back left side. Stepping run that time by Yokoyama. On the 22, turnover ball by Canada. Can they break out and attack? Pass has gone astray and knocked down by Kleberger. One of the rare mistakes he's made in the tournament so far. Big likely lad, he plays flanker in the 15-a-side. Rugby, he's made 8 test appearances for Canada. And he also played with the Warringah Rats. And he was in Australia a couple of years ago playing in the Commonwealth Games for Canada in the 7's tournament in Melbourne.
Screen steady.
So he's had a terrific jet-setting career, this young fellow.
Touch.
And he's only
Pause,
24
engage.
years of age.
Ball in blue.
Well, this is still eminently winnable for Japan if they can recover possession. But they've coughed it up to Japan. Still 40-odd seconds left in the game. And we've seen anything can happen, but it's going to be harder now with this penalty to Canada. If they can soak up some time on the clock and it still runs. They go to touch, and this time taken to get the ball back into play will run out the clock.
Yes, we're down to the final 20 seconds.
Time off.
Time off. Kleberger down with an injured knee. He's had a terrific tournament. He's got a try yesterday against Australia, a double against France earlier today in the bowl quarter-final, and another 2 here this afternoon against the Japanese.
Well, that magic water and a bit of a rub from Mum. A lot of support staff here at the Adelaide Oval. It's a wonderful effort by the rugby community in Adelaide. All of the volunteers, great water in Adelaide, great atmosphere around here, and Adam Kleberger is back on his feet, ready to go again for 30 more seconds.
Not 5 metres.
Now
on
a
the throw.
chance for Japan. This is the last play of the
Let it
match.
go. Not 5 metres on the throw.
What will they try and pull out of the hat here? Now they're positioning Yokoyama in midfield. Just try and suck this Canadian defence in. Moving now, they'll move it back through Lokatui. Oh, he got a beautiful pass away. And swapped to the ground that time was Matsushita. Now Lokatui again. Away for Iwamoto. Then in turn for Narita. They're really controlling the ball well. There's a gap here if they can open it.
They've got to take the space, Japan. Canada are stretched, but unless they go to the gap and get the ball free, it will be to no avail.
So important they maintain possession here. Lokatui again has worked overtime.
They've got a man well out on the touchline if they can see him and kick ahead.
Oh, great break. Narita scores the try. Scores a level. The kick from right in front. And only the 3rd victory ever by the Japanese against Canada if the kick is successful. They missed one in front earlier.
They did miss one in front earlier, and how crucial, as we said, those kicks, all pressure now on this conversion. from Iwamoto.
Oh, Matsushita's missed it. Can you believe it? We are into extra time.
Agony from ecstasy for the Japanese.
Oh, can we look at it again?
He missed the kick. I can't believe it. It's all to win, and it's not as if they have plenty. Only the third time. If they'd have converted over a win over Canada, it was celebrated early.
Well, it was a sensational try, but look at the look on his face. Matsushita.
Kicks off to start extra time.
Well, 19 all for the second time on day 2. A match will go.